Alright, what's good YouTube? This is going to be 7 slasher tips/secrets that you need to know. After watching this video, you're going to be scoring a lot more points, your slash is going to be amazing, and you're just going to feel a ton better about your player, and I guarantee that. First off, before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 54,000 subscribers, we're at like 53,000, something like that right now. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button, that really helps me out, that really helps this video get out there. So make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
At times I surprise myself, lost in this world trying to find myself. Will I blow up? Only time will tell. Drop knowledge on OGs, they do the same for me, but they always told me I'm wise as I don't got no ghostwriter writing my lyrics.
Alright, so in this video, I'm mainly going to be showing you guys ways on how to score, the best badges that you need to use, and then different tactics that me and my teammates use to score and to win, even though we don't even have that high of overalls. Alright, so the first tip is backdoors are your best friend. As a slasher, you can hit a backdoor in dang near every twos game and you'll score. So look at this. So a backdoor, all you gotta do is when they're inbounding the ball, run up to your friend, like run up to your teammate, and then just cut back immediately, as you see right here. That's all you gotta do. Of course, this only works if your defender bites on it, but you can do this in twos and threes, and you can also mix this up with throwing lobs and stuff like that for really good highlights. But a backdoor is your best friend. Try this at least like 3 times a game and you're gonna get your defender, especially if you start off the game always running up to your teammate and then occasionally you hit this backdoor. It's gonna get them every single game. That's a really good way to get an easy couple of points during every game. So I definitely recommend this. Use backdoors and use them a lot, trust me. It's also because you're a slasher, you can dunk these instead of like other playmaking builds, shooting builds. They'll usually like do a layup or sometimes they'll miss. As a slasher, you can dunk it, which is just a lot better than layups. So yeah, use backdoors to your advantage all the time. Alright, so tip number 2, run the heck down the court. Slashers, I think they actually might be the fastest in the games. You can get like a 99 speed, but every slasher is pretty much fast as heck. Usually you're gonna be faster than your opponent. As a slasher, you need to have a big on your team. So you need to have a big on your team that can get a rebound. The second that he gets the rebound, or the second the shot comes off, just sprint down the court. Just sprint. I would say like 70% of the time, nobody's gonna be able to catch up with you, especially if you have like your speed matched out. Like, and you wouldn't believe how many points you can get off of this. I've had games where I've literally gotten 12 or 14 points simply off of just sprinting down the court immediately and my friend just throwing it up. Because also in this game, you don't really throw the ball over people's heads as much as you used to, so your center should be able to make that pass. So yeah, fast breaks. After a shot, always just run down the court on threes and you'll get a lot of easy points. Alright, so that was tip number 2. Tip number 3 is the badges that you need. So you need these badges I'm about to show you on your slasher, or else you're going to miss like every layup you take, and that's not going to be fun at all. So what you need to do is you need to go to badges, and you need to get this badge called Fancy Footwork. You need to get this badge on Hall of Fame. This is how you do those hop step dunks and stuff that you'll see a lot of people doing on the park. You need Fancy Footwork, and you also need Slithery Finisher. You can get it on bronze, get it on silver. I'm actually in the progress of maxing it out completely on this build, but you need Slithery Finisher and Fancy Footwork to finish your shots. Also, you gotta make sure that you get Contact Finisher and get it to as high as possible. Contact Finisher and Giant Slayer. So Contact Finisher is how you're gonna actually get posterizer dunks and dunk on people, and that's usually what people make a slasher for. So you need to get Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame, or you're just never gonna dunk on anybody, and it's gonna be annoying as heck. So get Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame, then get Giant Slayer as high as possible. Especially if you're a smaller build, you're gonna be driving in on like 7-footers all the time. So sure, you'll still miss it sometimes, but Giant Slayer is gonna really help you make as much as possible. So get Giant Slayer, Contact Finisher, Fancy Footwork, and then Slithery Finisher. Those are the 4 badges that you need as a slasher. Alright, the next tip, I think this is number 4. Alley-oops are OP as Alley-oops in this game as a slasher are freaking insane. You can catch lobs on the 2s, you can catch them on the 3s, you can catch them in rec center, you can catch them on pro-am, you can catch lobs everywhere. Every single game mode you can catch lobs. And lobs are extremely reliable relative to other forms of scoring, especially on fast breaks. Have your teammates throw lobs to you dang near every single time you're cutting down. Lobs are way faster than somebody just passing it to you and then you putting it up. An alley-oop is going to be done just like that. It's going to be done in like 2 seconds. It's also just going to be a lot of fun. You equip all the park lobs and the NBA lobs and just have a crap ton of fun. Alley-oops go crazy in this game, and they're an extremely efficient way to score. You can do them off of backdoors, off of just fast breaks, just cutting down. The only thing that I would recommend when you're going in for lobs, I recommend running in from the wing. That's the most reliable angle for alley-oops. The alley-oop works from like any angle that you come in, but in my experience, cutting in from the wing helps the most. Alright, so let's get into the next tip. So the next tips I'm going to give are going to be defensive badges. These are defensive badges that are really helpful as a slasher, specifically if you're like a smaller build. If you're a bigger build, these are still going to help. Defensive badges that you need to get is you need to have Interceptor on at least bronze. I would recommend having it on like bronze or silver if possible for your build. I just have mine on bronze, and then get Pickpocket and put Pickpocket as the highest you can. So if you can get it on Hall of Fame, get Pickpocket on Hall of Fame. If you can get it on gold, like my Pickpocket's on gold, put it on gold. You have no idea how many steals that your player can get, especially because a slasher is so fast. He can just run up and steal the ball more than any other build I've seen besides like a lockdown. So get Pickpocket on gold and get Interceptor. You're not going to steal it every single time. Like every single time you reach, you're not going to steal it from the defender, but you're going to steal it more than any other build. So I highly recommend getting Pickpocket for that reason. And also because your player is so fast, Interceptor helps because you can run into the passing lane faster than any other player besides like a lockdown and steal the ball. So if you get Interceptor on bronze or silver, it's just going to help you get more steals. Again, you're not going to steal it every single time, and it can get frustrating if you try to steal it and you don't get the steal, because then they usually get like an easy 2 points. But when you do get a steal, it really helps. And also I know a lot of you guys just like to reach a lot, and if you get Pickpocket on gold or Hall of Fame or silver or whatever, it's just going to help you reach. It's going to help you actually get a steal more than you would otherwise. So make sure you get Pickpocket and make sure you get Interceptor. Alright, the next tip, this is another scoring tip. Slashers are best used with like a 3-point threat. Like get a friend or get a teammate that can shoot, and then do drive and kicks. Drive and kick is freaking lethal. That is probably the main way that my team scores, is drive and kick. Because you're a slasher, when you drive in, the defense is usually going to crash. If they don't crash, you can just drive in and get an easy layup or an easy dunk. But if they do crash, usually it's going to be your teammate's man who can shoot. So if they help on you, then you can just kick out to your teammate for the wide open 3 and get a bucket. And if they don't help, all you gotta do is you just drive in and you get an easy dunk. But a drive and kick gets you 3 points so often, like I can't even tell. This is my bread and butter. Just driving in and then kicking out to the shooter. I'm telling you, that's gonna get you so many points. But tell your friend to stay on the 3-point line when you drive. I'm telling you, they're gonna get easy points and everybody's gonna be happy. So that's tip number 6. Alright, so this last tip, our secret that you need to know. This is extremely important, like extremely, arguably the most important thing as a slasher, is you need to get these playmaking badges. You need to get quick first step, you need to get bailout. Get the quick first step badge and get bailout, and try to get them as high as possible. Like bailout, you can get to like silver or gold. Quick first step, get that as high as possible. Hall of Fame, gold, whatever you can do. This is because when you get quick first step, you're going to be able to speed boost. If you can't speed boost as a slasher, it's going to be a lot harder to get open. So if you get a quick first step, then you'll be able to speed boost. You'll be able to get by your defender a lot easier. You'll see it in this clip. Because I have quick first step, I'm able to move really fast. If you don't have quick first step, you're going to be slow and it's going to be harder to get by your defender. It's also going to be harder to get momentum to go into the paint. So get quick first step. And then bailout, I always recommend getting bailout for slashers because slashers tend to go up for shots all the time. Like for example, me, I always am going for layups and going for dunks, and sometimes it's actually not a good shot. So you need to bail out. You need to pass out of your shot. You need to pass out of like a layup or out of a dunk more than any other build as a slasher. So you need bailout, or else every single time you try to go up and you change your mind, you're just gonna get pissed off because the ball's gonna go right over the dude's head, and now it's a turnover. Now your teammates are screaming at you, and now you just let the team down, and now y'all losing. Speaking from experience. So get bailout and get quick first step. That is mandatory. Alright, and that's 7 slasher tips / secrets that you need to know. I hope this really helped. I know you guys are going to be scoring a lot more after watching this video. Again, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit 54K, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram at MichaelForce4. I respond to every DM that I get. Like this video or leave a comment if you want a part 2. And I'm out. Peace.